Welcome to In the Kitchen with Dinah. Today, we're making sugar cookies.
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Gonna taste good, I know.
I thought I'd share with you my sugar cookie recipe since the holidays are coming. They are our very favoriteest sugar cookie. We're gonna put frosting on them. I'm gonna show you how to do all that today so that you have time to make them for the holidays. They really are the best, and they're very easy to throw together. So we're gonna start out with 12 tablespoons. So we need 6 tablespoons of shortening and 6 tablespoons of butter. So cooking with butter and shortening gives you the best of both worlds. You get flavor of butter and all the baking magic of the shortening. I know a lot of cookies use one or the other. Woo. And 1 cup of sugar. We're gonna cream that together with your mixer. Now this is just one batch. If you wanna make, usually at Christmas time, I make a double or a triple batch with all the adorable cutouts of the stars and the trees and the whatnot. I'll show you how to do that today here. All right, get that good and creamed. And then we're going to add 2 eggs. And a teaspoon of vanilla. Super important to use good vanilla in this because there's not a whole lot of other flavoring besides the butter in these, and it's really important to have that good flavor. And this dough, if you're gonna have like a big cookie making party, you can make the dough the night before and just stick it in the fridge because the dough has to chill anyway. All right, so the eggs are incorporated well. Now we're gonna do our dry ingredients, which are super basic. We got a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking powder. A lot of cookies usually just use baking soda, but this is baking powder. And then we've got 2.5 cups of flour. I don't know how many hundreds of dozens of these I've made. I know when I was cooking for my clients, I think a couple weekends I did over 30 dozen of these. And I enlisted the help of my family to get through those. All right, so once you add all the dry ingredients, it really comes together pretty quickly. Okay, this one batch makes about 2.5 dozen. Hey, if you're watching this right now, give me a thumbs up if, and comment below if sugar cookies are one of your very favorite Christmas cookies. All right, so I see, I'm giving it a stir because a lot of that cream mixture likes to hang out at the bottom of this bowl. It's my favorite bowl though. All right, so this dough is really soft. It's way too soft to roll out for sugar cookies. So what I'm going to do is get out some saran wrap, and we're going to chill it in the fridge for a couple hours till it gets nice and firm. So to do that, I just take my dough, put it on there. I just kind of pat it out. We're just going to wrap this up and put it in the fridge for a couple hours for the dough to firm up. I don't have any room. So we'll be back in a couple hours and I'll show you how to roll them out, cut them, and bake them. So I just grabbed the dough out of the fridge. It's nice and firm, and now we're gonna roll them out. So find your favorite cookie cutters. If you wanna use different ones for seasons, there's lots of them. We do pumpkins and whatnot. Here's, we got bells and stars and trees and snowmen and whatever other figures you want. For today, I'm going to just use round. So you will want a rolling pin, get your cookie sheets all ready, and you want a little spatula. These Pampered Chef ones are with Bomb Diggity. I would say one of the biggest mistakes that people make when they're rolling out sugar cookie is continuing to add more flour and incorporating it into their dough. So I try not to do that. So we've got sprinkling of dough or of flour out. It is nice and firm. When you work with it with your hands, it is gonna warm up and then it'll start flexing. All right, so a little on the top, a little on the bottom, and mostly on your rolling pin. Then I just start from the middle and I work out, and I try to get the most cookies cut from the first one. A lot of people break it into smaller pieces, but I don't. I leave it in one chunk. Keep flour under there. And it's gonna split like that until it warms up a bit, but we just smush it back together. You wanna roll them out to about 1/4 inch thick.
How do you know when it's a 1/4 inch thick?
Well, if you want to know if it's a 1/4 inch thick, you could get out a ruler, or I don't know, I just know. I can't tell you. I just know it's these things. I've done this for too many years. You don't want a super thick cookie because it doesn't cut very great. So it looks right. It's just, it looks right. So I'm going to take my biscuit cutter, because that's a great size. Get it nice and floured, or you can make a little puddle and go like this. And I just sit and I'll cut all these cookies. Then I just take a spatula. We're going to get 12 on a cookie sheet. All right, and then gently take the rest of your dough. Try not to grab any of all that flour. There's going to be some on there. Just wad it back up into another ball and knead it real gentle. We're going to do it over again. And the smaller the dough gets, the trickier it is to get all your cuts out. Let's see here, I can't squeeze another one. If I do this, I can. Remember that frosting is going to cover a multitude of mistakes and cracks on your cookies. So now if you don't want to frost them, you can take all the colorful sprinkles at this point and sprinkle on top of your cookie. That's totally fine. We always like frosting on ours, so I'll be putting white buttercream frosting on them. When the kids are home, we usually do like all the different colors of frosting, and they sit and they decorate them, and we spend a whole day decorating cookies and listening to Christmas music and having a good time. All right, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. This is the one that you get to eat. You want to cook it. Woo. So there's our 2 dozen. This is going to look funky, but you got to eat one. Kind of like that. I'm going to get a smaller cookie sheet. I'm going to pop that on there. You want to grab me a smaller cookie sheet? The one we get to eat. Throw it on there. All right, so we're going to pop these in a 350-degree oven for 10 to 12 minutes. And the taster. Oh, there's perfect. It's the one to eat. We got the cookies out of the oven. It's very important to let them cool all the way until you frost them. You can just frost them how you like. So we'll be back to frost them when they're cool. Well, welcome back. Our cookies are all cooled. Now we're gonna make buttercream frosting, which is my favorite to frost these with. If you have a favorite frosting or wanna use the store-bought, feel free to do so. With the holidays as crazy as they are, go for it, don't feel bad about it. So I'm gonna start with 3 cups of powdered sugar. This is a half cup, so I need 6. And we have a whole stick of softened butter. I'm gonna put that in. And we're gonna give this a mix. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit of salt. It balances out the sweetness. Probably like this much, a big pinch, and a splash of vanilla or a glug. And I'm gonna grab some milk. Now remember, on the milk, you can always take away, or you can't take away, you can always add. So add it probably a couple tablespoons at a time. And I'm just gonna do white today because I've got colored sprinkles I'm gonna put on them. And that actually looks really good. Yeah, that looks great. All right, let's get the milk put away and then we're gonna start frosting. So one of the things I love about these sugar cookies is because you use half butter, half shortening, they don't really spread out in your pan like some of them do and lose their shape. So if you do use the shaped cutters, that'll probably be in your favor. Because I know sometimes you make a shape and it looks kind of like a blob by the time you get done. So if you don't have an offset spatula, I highly recommend it. It's probably one of my favorite kitchen tools as far as spreading anything goes. And you can pipe these on if you guys want to get creative and make stuff, but I just smear frosting on, pick some favorite sprinkles. Ooh. And go to town. A lot of people will just serve them like this, which is fabulous. Usually we make so many, I end up freezing them, but I have to say there's magic that happens in the freezer. All of the things marry, and when they come out of the freezer, they look just like this, but they taste so amazingly incredible. I don't know what happens, but it's magic. So if you have a chance to freeze these, even if it's for a couple hours, do so. I usually freeze them just because we make them so far ahead of Christmas time that we want to keep them so they don't go stale or whatever. A lot of people say, why do yours taste so much better? And I really think it's because I freeze them. All right, so if you got kids at home, get them involved. Those trees don't want to go on there. They can sit and help you frost all these cookies and have a good old time. They're fun to do any time of the year. Valentine's Day, you can do heart-shaped ones or whatever shapes you find, they're really fun to do.
I love green ones at St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah, you can do shamrocks, whatever holiday. It's always a holiday for a sugar cookie. So you can smear them around, you can make them swizzly, it's however you want. And I think As the kids got older and didn't want to decorate cookies anymore, I would just come in here and do round ones. But hey, they look like snowballs, right? And here in the Northwest, we get plenty of that. And I just figure it's faster to do circles, and they cook super even. All right, so here is the last little blob of dough that we had. I already nibbled on it because I couldn't wait. So we just frost it, and this is my like payment for frosting all these, and nobody knows it's gone. It's like I made a baker's dozen. So good. In my opinion, this is the best sugar cookie out there. You'll have to ask my friends, because they will know if they've ever gotten these from me how delicious these are. So I encourage you to make these with your friends and your kids. They are super fun at the holidays. Super delicious. Don't forget to freeze them before you eat them, and then let them thaw, because you won't be disappointed. Hey, thanks for watching today. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bells for notifications, because I've got more goodies coming. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night. What should I do? Something different.
Whatever you like.
Welcome!
Oh, brother.
Pick one. We're just gonna pop this in the freezer for a couple hours, and then we'll be back, and I'll show you how to roll it out.
Freezer.
Oh, freezer. Did I say freeze?
You said freezer, and I did.
Oh my
think
gosh.
That's what you meant.
No. Put this. Okay.
Still have a minute left, huh?
Yeah. Bloopers?
No.
Some days there will be amazing ones. Some days not so much.
Gonna taste good, I know.